Good morning. Please rise as you're willing and able and join in singing hymn number 1002, Comfort Me. Thank you. Please be seated. Well, good morning and welcome. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. My name is Klaus Obermeit. I'm a member of the worship committee, which coordinates the service when our minister, Reverend Jay Wolin, is out of the pulpit. He will be speaking here next week. This week, we'll be hearing from Bill Payton, a longtime member of the congregation. We especially want to welcome our visitors, both on campus and over live stream. We invite our visitors to participate in any of our events. You can find out more about us and Unitarian Universalism by going to our website at uusrq.org. There you will find a series of links to our virtual guest book. If you're here in person, there is a sign-up sheet at the visitors table, at the welcome table. Once you sign up, we'll send you our weekly newsletter and Zoom links to our virtual events. Please stay after the service for refreshments and conversation. Members are encouraged to greet any visitors. They're wearing the paper name tags, and first-time visitors' name tags have red borders. If you want to become a member of the congregation, please join Reverend Jay Wolin and the welcome team 15 minutes after the service in the minister's office, which is in the Lexa wing. Speaking of visitors, we welcome Joni Adno back to our stage, performing Put Your Records On by Corinne Bailey Ray.
Thank you. Three little birds sat on my window when they told me I don't need to worry. Summer came like cinnamon, so sweet. Little girls double dutch on the concrete. Well, maybe sometimes we got it wrong, but it's alright, 'cause the more things seem to change, the more they stay the same. Oh, don't you hesitate, girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow. Blue as the sky, sunburned and lonely, sipping tea in a bar by the roadside. Don't you let those other boys fool you. Gotta love that Afro hairdo. Well, maybe sometimes we feel afraid, but it's alright, 'cause the more you stay the same, well, the more they seem to change. Girl, don't you think it's strange? Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, let your head down. Sapphire and faded jeans, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow, just more than I could take. Pity for pity's sake, some nights kept me awake. Ooh, I thought that I was stronger. When you gonna realize that you don't even have to try any longer? Do what you want to. Girl, put your records on. Tell me your favorite song. Just go ahead, lay your head down. Sapphire and faded dreams, I hope you get your dreams. Just go ahead, let your head down. You're gonna find yourself somewhere, somehow.
Good morning. So show of hands, how many of you came by boat? Let me get my computer up. I was worried that Klaus would shorten my bio. He just skipped the whole thing. And it really took me a long time to write it, particularly to put my whole medical history in it. Well, thank you for having me. Mary Fran and I just returned from 9 weeks on the road, and it's good to be home. And by home, I mean this sanctuary as well, because this sanctuary is considered just an extension of our home. So welcome to our home. Our opening reading today is called Ministry, and I've adapted it from comments by Reverend Cheryl M. Walker in the Unitarian Universalist Pocket Guide. Every Sunday, before the service starts, John sweeps the walkways in front of the sanctuary. Rain or shine, John is there, making sure there is a clear path for people to enter the building. Inside, Agnes is setting up the sanctuary. She checks the microphones, and she even makes sure that there's water for the minister and matches for the chalice. Carla was early today because she wants a seat by the window Her work on the caring committee was tough this week, and she wants to be in a sacred space with the living, both human and trees. Jeremy is rehearsing the choir. He wants them to be at their best. Mary is sharing the excitement of last week's No King's Day March. And Bill and Susie are in the kitchen making coffee. All of these people are doing ministry. Some of these might be paid, but most are not. Some do their ministry on campus, and some do it elsewhere. They don't think of what they're doing as ministry, but as something they do for their congregation. The one person not mentioned here, of course, is Reverend Jay. We know that he does ministry on and off campus, but we should appreciate that he is not the only one doing ministry. And all of you, the members, the guests, the congregation, are the ministry because you live our values and you are who we are. Thank you for being here this morning. As we light this chalice, please join me now in affirming our value of transformation, which is printed in your order of service and will be displayed on the screen behind me. We adapt to the changing world. We covenant to collectively transform and grow spiritually and ethically. Openness to change is fundamental to our Unitarian and Universalist heritages, never complete and never perfect.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for arriving in this rainy weather that we have today. Today's story is I Am Peace, written by Susan Verdi and art by Peter H. Reynolds. There are times when I worry about what might happen next and what happened before. The thoughts in my head are like rushing water, and I feel like a boat with no anchor, being carried away. I give myself a moment. I take a breath, and then I tell myself, it's all right. I feel the ground beneath my feet, and I steady myself, and I start to notice the here and the now, and my thoughts begin to settle. My mind begins to clear, and I am peace. I can watch my worries gently pop and disappear, and I let things go. I can say what I feel inside out loud. I know myself. And I can share kindness with others. I make a difference. I can hug a tree and thank it for its beauty and its strength. I connect to nature. I can watch the clouds make shapes against the sky. I know wonder. I can taste and smell and touch and hear and see what is all around me. I use my senses. I can feel my breath fill my whole body and tune into me. Now the water is still. I have found my anchor, and everything is all right. I don't need to worry about the before or after. I am in this moment. I am peace. And now I share my peace with others and hope that it is carried away to those who need it. And I dream we are at peace. So those vibrations of hope and peace and love that we have been exploring this summer are real. whether you feel them or not, or whether you believe in them or not. But before we can send those vibrations out into the world, we need to center those vibrations within ourselves. And as I tell our young ones, your body and mind needs quiet and stillness just as much as it needs action. They don't believe me, but it's true. Take the time for yourself. We need to know ourselves, our values, and our sense of belonging. So now I'm going to invite any children and youth to join me and Miss Kristen in the West Wing, where we'll be discovering our own values and our likes and dislikes as we prepare to serve at our ice cream social today, which is still happening during the coffee hour in the Lexal room. I hope you'll stop by and say hi and get a scoop of an icy treat. And if you sign the membership book today, you are first in line. Thank you. Well, I hope to see you soon.
My mama told me when I was young, we're all born superstars. She rolled my hair up, put my lipstick on in the glass of her boudoir. There's nothing wrong with loving who you are, 'cause he made you perfect, babe. So hold your head up, girl, and you go far. Listen to me when I say I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hide yourself in regret, just love yourself and you're set. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way, and I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way, I was born this way. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Give yourself prudence and love your friends, so we can rejoice the truth. In the religion of the insecure, I must be myself, respect my youth. A different lover is not a sin, believe capital H-I-M. I love my life, I love this record, and mi amor e vole fe. I'm beautiful in my way, 'cause God makes no mistakes. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't hide yourself in regrets, just love yourself and you're set. I'm on the right track, baby, I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Well, I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way, baby, I was born this way. Right track, baby, I was born this way. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Don't be a drag, just be a queen. Whether you're broke or evergreen, you're white, black, beige, or Colo descent, you're Lebanese, you're Orient. Whether life's disabilities left you outcast, bullied, or teased, rejoice, love yourself today, 'cause baby, you were born this way. No matter gay, straight, or blind, over the better line, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to survive. No matter black, white, or beige, Chola or Orient made, I'm on the right track, baby, I was born to be brave. I'm beautiful in my way, God makes no mistake, I'm on the right track. Baby, I was born this way. Ooh, there ain't no other way. Baby, I was born this way. Right track. Baby, I was born this way. It's a lot of words.
Our words for centering this morning are from Sometimes by Mary Oliver. Instructions for living a life. Pay attention. Be astonished. Tell about it. As we enter this time of silence, think about something you take for granted, something which you know shouldn't be taken for granted, something that should be special and cherished every time it happens. You may remember that this past winter, Jim Rutherford and I conducted a series of 15 Zoom sessions. I don't think Jim is here. We invited all of you, all 500 friends and members, to join us in conversation. And we are thankful for the 70 or so, a little more than 10% that did join for those conversations. It was never intended to be a survey. It was intended to be a conversation. And it was intended to take the temperature of our membership on just how they feel about the Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota. In preparation, we sought input from our membership team, from the late Brock Leach, and from other congregational leaders on how to facilitate the discussions. They provided us with some leading questions to start the conversation. And of course, as you used, once we got started, we were on our way. We asked, how do you feel as a member of the Unitarian Universalists of Sarasota? And we asked a very Brock Leach type of question. What can we do to prepare you to live your values and present your best self to the world? When I realized what I'd committed to, I found it rather daunting. And I remember what Reverend Jay said earlier this year, you never know your limitations until you exceed them. But I must tell you that the meetings were engaging, inspirational, and a whole lot of fun. And it was meaningful to have conversations at a time when we were not asking for money. We'll get around to it. I can briefly summarize the findings from our 15 conversations. Our congregation, in other words, you are generally satisfied. This past Mother's Day, I gave a sermon at Nature Coast UU in Citrus Springs. There were maybe 30 people in attendance, but their greeter meets you at the door with a hug. You feel the intimacy of the congregation as soon as you walk into the sanctuary. Their members feel their own importance as soon as they arrive, and they immediately feel that they are valued and seen and heard and recognized. I don't know all of you personally, and I sincerely wish I could, but you were no less important to this congregation. And you told us in your own words that, yes, you feel valued, seen and heard, recognized, because many of you belong to at least one of our over 50 groups or committees, programs, where you do know each other intimately. We asked the question, what does a multicultural, multi-generational congregation look like? And the dialogue was engaging, and your hope for such a congregation was inspiring. But an underlining theme during all these conversations was the search for peace and quiet that often eludes us in this world. And we had a lot of conversations on the need of spirituality. Of course, the issue here is, what is spirituality? How many meanings of spirituality are there? How many UUs are there? According to AI, spirituality is a broad personal concept involving the search for meaning, purpose, and connection to something larger than oneself, and connection to something larger than oneself, such as the universe, nature, or a higher power. It focuses on inner growth, personal values, and the inner dimension of life, often existing independently of organized religion. And I love this next sentence from AI because it sounds very Unitarian. AI says spiritualism is a way of life oriented toward compassion, mindfulness, and a healthy way of existence. My sense is that our members were not looking for more theology, but for a time of peaceful contemplation and seeking respite from the turbulent times of current events. Now, most of you belong to one of our many groups: Chalice groups, women's groups, men's groups, meditation, and neighborhood UU groups. And I belong to a men's group. And we start our meetings by checking in. What's going on in your life? How's your partner? Are there any relationship issues within your family? What's your medical status? We call this our organ recital. And we talk about how we entertain ourselves, but we have cut down talking about politics. We used to, but it led to frustration, depression, arguments, and in some cases, anger. And I don't mean to say that we never discuss politics, and we don't put our heads in the sand and ignore today's challenges. But sometimes watching the evening news just wears me out. Everyone in our group resists in a manner that suits them, whether it's financial contributions or walking in a protest. And Mary Fran and I try to do our part as well, but as we age, we tire easily. We've attended democracy meetings, we've represented our congregation at gay pride events, and we still participate on committees. and in many congregational events. In 2025, Mary Fran and I took in 2 homeless teenagers who were living on the streets. Both were trans, male to female. Our first traveler was supposed to be with us for a few days at most, and ended up being with us for 7 weeks. The second visitor was with us for 8 days. And honestly, both guests caused some difficulty for us, not because they were trans, but because they were teenagers. And they had other underlying issues, but mostly trust issues. One had a counter-cyclical sleep routine, so slept all day and was awake when we were asleep. One was worried about the fact that our Wi-Fi router was in her bedroom and that all of the electrical waves were dangerous to her long-term health. We endured until each found a safe haven. And I do remember thinking to myself at some point, how much do we owe society? But of course the answer is as much as you can do and then just a little bit more. When I see a 4 or 5-year-old at the border or in Minnesota, I wonder just what the heck has this child done to cause him or her to be humiliated? What have their parents done to be humiliated, except to look for a better life for their families? I can always raise more questions than I have answers. And that's when I feel the need for spirituality. And according to those that attended our conversations, our weekly time for centering in words, centering in silence, and centering in song is vital to their need for spirituality. Earlier this morning, we sang Spirit of Life. Our conversations revealed that singing Spirit of Life was critical to almost every participant. Jim and I were surprised at the level of passion associated with that hymn. And we concluded that we would lose half of you if we quit singing it every Sunday. The fact is, there are some Sundays when we don't sing it. Perhaps a visiting speaker with freedom in the pulpit chooses not to use the Spirit of Life. And Reverend Jay will get emails asking, why didn't we sing Spirit of Life? No other song, no other prayer, no other piece of liturgy is so well known and loved in Unitarian Universalism as Spirit of Life. Written by Carolyn McDade. Much has been written about Carolyn McDade, but she was born June 19, 1935, and is an American feminist, activist, and prolific songwriter whose work has deeply influenced Unitarian Universalist worship. And I encourage you to read more about her on the UUA website. Sadly, she had a life-changing accident in 2023 that left her paralyzed. It is my understanding that through rehabilitation, she has regained independence, can drive herself, and live independently. But late one night in 1981, McDade was driving a close friend home from one of those meetings, dealing with the frustrating issues of the day. And what she remembers most clearly was the feeling that she had. And when they reached her friend's house, they just sat in the car quietly. And then finally McDade said, I feel like a piece of dried cardboard that has lain in the attic for years. Just open the door and I'll be dust. And she said she was tired, not with her community, but with the world. And I think today we can sympathize with that. McDade said she so loved her friend for just sitting quietly with her. And then McDade drove to her own home, and she recalls walking through the house in the dark and finding her piano, and she sat down and wrote, Spirit of Life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the stirrings of compassion. And you know the rest. She says that it was her prayer and that she knew then she wanted to continue in faith with the UU movement. I'm going to stop here for now. But when I come back, we will talk about why we seem to have an increased interest in spirituality and what to do about it. And of course, one of the first things we do about is accept your offer. It is that weekly time to fleece the flock. Fees for speakers of my quality are enormous, so please be as generous as you can.
Sorry. Maybe I'll start over. I'm just making all kind of a mess today. It's Christine's fault. I stay out too late. You know the words. Got nothing in my brain. That's what people say. That's what people say. I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay. That's what people say. That's what people say. But I keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop moving. It's like I got this music in my brain saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the play is gonna play, 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 play. And the hate is gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreak is gonna break, 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 break. And the fake is gonna fake, 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 baby. I'm gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. I never miss a beat. I light it on my feet. That's what they don't see. That's what they don't see. I'm dancing on my own. Make moves up as I go. That's what they don't know. That's what they don't know. I keep on cruising. Can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. 'Cause the play is gonna play, 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 play. And the hate is gonna hate, 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 baby. I'm gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, shake it off. I shake it off, shake it off. Just think, wow, you've been getting down and out about the liars and the dirty, dirty cheats in this world. You could have been getting down with this sick beat. My ex-man caught his new girlfriend. She's like, oh my God, but I'm just gonna shake it to the fella over there with a hella good hair. Won't you come on over, baby? We can shake, shake, shake. 'Cause the player's gonna play, 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 play. And the hate is gonna hate, 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 hate. Baby, I'm just gonna shake, 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 shake. Shake it off, shake it off. Heartbreak is gonna break, 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 break. And the take is gonna take, 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 baby. I'm gonna shake, 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 shake. shake it off, shake it off. I 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 shake it off, shake it off.
Wow, Joni. I don't know. You sure bring a lot of energy to us, Joni. Our next reading is called The Dual Citizenship of Being Alive by Karen Salmonson. You get the bad news and the sunrise in the same day. You cry over the headlines. Then you laugh at a baby wearing a hat shaped like a bear. This is the dual citizenship of being alive. Rage and reverence, grief and grace. You're allowed to feel both. You're allowed to scream and still notice how good the soup is. You don't have to choose, let it all in. So why now are we having this increased interest in spirituality that I perceive? Maybe not everyone perceives that. If you were here on February 8th, you heard Reverend Paul Rauschenbusch go through a litany of crises of the current administration. The erosion of our democracy, the destruction or weakening of our institutions, and the president's racial mocking of a former president and first lady, for which he has yet to apologize. Anything to take our mind off of those certain files. And all of this was before our conflict with Iran. Iran has been worrisome to the United States for many years, and I have often wondered if, when, and why we might have to take action. I always knew it was a possibility. But when I go back to why, I might support it if I thought there was an immediate danger. But what I really think is that this war was started because our president is a bully and because he could. And in just a couple of short months, we have seen the many negative ramifications of this act. And oh yes, there's the White House ballroom and the Kennedy Center and the reflection pool. And again, anything to take our mind off of certain files. And just when I thought he had reached the bottom, he hadn't. Robert Mueller, a former Marine, a man who served his country in many ways, put his life in harm's way, passes away, and he posts, "I'm glad he's dead." And the Department of Defense no longer officially recognizes Unitarian Universalists as an approved religion. Oh, by the way, Unitarians were signers of the Declaration of Independence. Go figure. And on July 4th, I heard from the Donald that I am a hardcore godless communist. I've been called worse, and I'm in love with her. This constant barrage takes its toll on many, including me. And some days I simply ignore the news and it gives me a respite from the turmoil. But one eventually has to return to it. And I believe this is the reason that so many of us are searching for a time of quiet, of peaceful contemplation, and a chance to restore ourselves to live in the moment. So how do we do this?
These are roughly 28,835 jelly beans. I counted out 500 of them and used those to weigh the rest. In this pile, there's one jelly bean for each day that the average American will live. You might have more beans in your life, or maybe less, but on average, this is the time we have. Here's a single bean. It's your very first day. A special day, but kind of a rough day on everyone involved. Add 364 more and you have the first year of your life. Now, for a sense of scale, here are your first 15 years, 5,475 days, which brings us to the threshold of adulthood. And at that moment, this is the time that we have left. And this is, on average, what we will do with all that time. We will be asleep for a total of 8,477 days. If we're lucky, some of that time we'll be sleeping next to someone we love. We will be in the process of eating, drinking, or preparing food for 1,635 days. We'll be at work, hopefully doing something satisfying, for the equivalent of 3,202 of those days. 1,099 days will be spent commuting or traveling from one place to another, maybe a little bit more if you live in LA. On average, we will watch television in one form or another for a total of 2,676 days. Household activities, like chores and tending to our pets and shopping, will take another 1,576 days. And we will care for the needs and well-being of others, our friends and family, for 564 days. We'll spend 671 days bathing, grooming, and doing all other bathroom-related activities, and another 720 days will go to community activities, like religious and civic duties, charities, and taking classes. After we remove all those beans, this is what remains. This is the time that we have left. Time for laughing, swimming, making art, going on hikes, text messages, reading, checking Facebook, playing softball, maybe even teaching yourself how to play the guitar. So what are you going to do with this time? How much of it do you think you've already used up? If you only had half of it, what would you do differently? What about half of that? How much time have you already spent worrying instead of doing something that you love? What if you just had one more day? What are you going to do today?
I want to thank Phyllis Muffson, who brought that clip to my attention in a Chalice meeting. It struck a note with me, and I thought you would all enjoy it. So it gets you thinking, though, does it not? We grew up in a great country, and our country had some character flaws, but we've been making a lot of progress, and we had a lot to be proud of. The world generally looked up to us. And today, the world does not look up to us. And I often need to renew me so that I still want to resist and live our values. And I want to feel proud again. I need to stay in the moment. And as we near the end of our time this morning, I have a reading. I apologize for the length. But I invite you to close your eyes and just listen. Think about being in the present. So close your eyes. And the reading is called "One Day Will Be the Last Time, and You Won't Know It" by Alexander Viostad. I want to talk about the last time. The last time you did something and didn't know it was the last. The last time you skipped down the road without thinking. The last time you climbed a tree. The last time you had your child curled up on your lap. The last time you held your grandmother's hand. The last time you laughed with someone you no longer see. The last time you felt completely safe in someone's presence. There's no announcements, no warning, no slow fade outs. Life just moves on. And it leaves us with moments we didn't know we were supposed to hold tighter. Most of the time, we're focused on what's next. the next stage, the next goal, the next version of ourselves, the next thing to fix or change or improve. But what about what we've left behind? Did we note it enough? Did we love it while we had it? We tend to mark beginnings. We tend to mark firsts, the first day of school, the first steps, the first kiss, but lasts just pass in silence. No one says this is the last time you will carry your child in your arms, or that this is the last time you'll eat together with your family at this table. It just happens, and then it's gone. And it's not meant to make us sad, though maybe it will, and maybe that's okay. Because what this truth asks of us is not despair, it's presence. If you knew it was the last time, would it feel different? Would you slow down? Would you take a mental picture? Would you breathe deeper? Would you say thank you? The truth is, we don't get to know in advance, but we do get to choose how we show up now. And that's the invitation, to be here fully, gently, with what's right in front of you, because all of it, even the ordinary, boring, everyday moments, are fragile and sacred and passing. And sometimes we're so busy reaching for the next thing that we miss what's quietly becoming the last thing, the last school pickup, the last shared morning coffee, the last inside joke, the last walk through a place that's held your childhood. And still we rush. We think there will always be more time, but time is not something we hold. It's something we move through, moment by moment, choice by choice. And the gift of that truth isn't fear, it's depth. You'll never know how many lasts you have already lived, but you can choose to live fewer moments on autopilot from now on. You can choose to be in the room, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, mentally. You can choose to say this matters, even if it's small, even if no one else sees it. So today, just see it. The quiet rituals that make your life what it is, because they won't always be here, and neither will we. And maybe that's what makes them holy, that they pass, that they can't be relived, just remembered. So live them, not perfectly, just fully, just honestly, just here. And if you are still awake, you can open your eyes. As I come to a close, I suggest you take care of yourself by staying in the moment. Turn off the news for a day, take a walk, read a book, talk to friends and family, watch I Love Lucy, go fishing, play golf, invite all of your friends over so that you can look at your phones together. And I know that you probably already do these things, but do them as if they mean something special, as if it's the last time you will ever do them. And my personal mantra, let no heart be burdened by things left unsaid. Stay in the moment. Thank you, and may it be so.
Thank you, Bill. Please rise now and join in singing hymn number 352, Find a Stillness.
Silence, carry me.
Our closing words are an excerpt from Catching Our Breath by William F. Schultz. I want that which I love to live forever, and so I am forever tempted to be a runner from life's uncertainties, to bury my head in the distractions of the everyday. But occasionally I stop running and catch my breath, or perhaps it is my breath that catches me. Occasionally the splendor of the world, someone, something intrudes itself into my life in such a way that I cannot help but notice. Occasionally the glory of the stars explodes before me so that I cannot turn away. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Thank you, and may it be so.